Hey there, fellow graveyard keepers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Songs of Syx, Episode 13, Island of the Dead. So the other issue with the graveyard here is it's going to probably require a house out here for a grave keeper and a janitor. But that's totally fine. I'm fine with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to design the graveyard in such a way that like it can go to scale. Well, actually, because I don't want it to employ too many people. I forget how graves work in terms of employment. Also, I feel like burying people out here in the ocean is like just asking for a flood. Not that that is something that can happen in this game, and for people to just like wash out. So I think what I'll do is I'll aim for the first graveyard to just employ one person. So it's going to be rather small, but I don't think we're going to need a ton of graveyards to begin with. Alright, that's exactly one person, employee-wise. We'll put a big old tree in the middle. And then put a pathway. Gotta respect the dead, right? That's the whole point of this project. Our respect's only at 46%, so let's do flowers. How many flowers do you want, guys? Whole thing is frickin' flowers. Okay. There it is. "20 graves. The road for this will run as the crow flies. Maybe like that. That way it won't mess with the layout of the farm that we have established. Alright. Then the other thing is we need someone to maintain this thing. Which means they need access to a hearth. Access to a well, at the very least. They can kind of do without toilets. Just poop in the sea. No one will see. You'll see. Then we're going to want a janitor to maintain the bridge and the stuff, but that's fine. Oop, misclick. There we go. Janitor. I'm not going to have it bump that close against that building, because I'll probably want roads around that, the infrastructure. Let's also include benches and another tree, and then space for like torches and the like. And I'm putting the janitor like right up against the ocean here so that I use the space well. There. Because this is all deep water. So I'm not monopolizing my like fertile ground as much. I like it. Got about a year, a little bit more than a year's worth of food, and next year these fruit orchards are going to start being useful to me because the trees are starting to mature. Don't forget the housing? I haven't. Probably don't need a multiple longhouses. So I'll just put the one. I can't imagine there's going to be too much demand living out here in the middle of nowhere. Can they even reach that? I don't think they can. Well, we'll see. Oh, interesting project. Maybe some eccentric celebrities will want to live out there. Maybe. I'm not gonna judge. They want to live out there in the Grave Island. The haunted island. They can. But look at people zip around now on these cobblestones. I mean, I know I'm on 4x speed, but it's different. All right, we have a ton of research points. We have 800 available to us. So let's vote on next research project. So I'll cover the options here. Or actually, rather than that, let's plan on what I'm going to do with the research. What next project to take on? Ore and coal mines with a smelter. Cotton farms and a weaver. Better service needs met, like bathing and markets and shrines. Yeah. One of those three bigger tasks. Let's plan our research around what we want to do with it. No. 2.5 minutes to vote on that. And thank you for voting. So, ore and coal mines with a smelter will lead to being able to make a smithy, which will lead to workplace efficiencies going up. Cotton farms and weaver allows us to start clothing our people more efficiently than trying to just farm aurochs for leather. And better services will lead to an increased desire for immigration and increased happiness for a happy populace that won't try to revolt and kill us. So, now you understand what is at stake for each project. I think I overdid it with the amount of stone. Why do we have 3 janitors out here? For real? Alright, hold on. Show me the maintenance. I mean, everything is immaculately... Like, there is almost no maintenance needed anywhere in town. Like, truly? At all? But yeah, I fired one maintenance worker because I have a feeling their workload was 78%. They were twiddling some some serious thumbs. Yeah, that's what they were doing. I caught them. I know. I caught them. Okay. Looks like I'm going to resolve this one 20 seconds early. Cotton farms and a weaver. Popular choice. I don't need to research for cotton farms, like, at all. For weaving, all I need to do is unlock crude weaving. That's it. That's the whole shebang. So the next project will be to build cotton farms, or sow cotton farms technically, and build a weaving around it. And probably have its own dedicated tailor. Because the tailor we have up here is designed to use the leather that we derive from the pasture. And I don't want to have to constantly change its recipes. So it's going to be a different research chain. So that one's specifically leather tailor. And I ought to name it that. Leather tailor warehouse. I ran out of characters. Pay no attention to the lack of characters. It's fine. Alright, so the graveyard's getting the stone delivered. And then we'll actually have somewhere to bury people, and then I'll just demolish the mass grave we have out here. That literally doesn't even have anyone in it. Anyway. How's my roundness here? That's fine. Gandrin the Great, thank you for the gifted subs. Cheers, dude. Thanks for contributing to the marathon. I am keeping a pretty close eye on my food. I think by the end of summer, it should be really good. A lot of these trees are ripening. And I think we're in for a bit of a windfall. The first time that we'll be able to sit and feel comfortable with the amount of food that I have. There it is. Oh, it's lovely. It looks real nice. What's the harmony out here? It's probably hell. I mean, the opposite of hell. It's probably... Interesting that the graveyard's tree isn't harmonious, but my tree over here is. But, you know, whatever. It looks nice. I'm going to call this a success. Graveyard Island, you are a wonderful addition to our fledgling community. With pathways and everything. So we have a gravedigger that works out here. Living with the janitor. 2 janitors. It's a menage a trois graveyard. Alright. Smart remove. Poof. Gone. So now no one has to suffer the indignity of a mass burial. With that said, after a few years of being in one of these graves, we just... You become dust and we stack another corpse on top. But I like it. It's nice. Alright, so now that that's done, let's update the priority. So, cotton fields and build a tailor and weaver. So, we have got veggies, fruit, grain. I think it only makes sense to fill this area in with cotton. You don't need as many cotton fields as you need edible crop. Like, a few cotton fields go a long way, in my opinion. So, I'm going to start with just the one. 10 by, what, 28, I think was our standard size. Let me suspend that just to make sure that I have the right... It doesn't need to be the right size, it's just me being, like, anal retentive. Yeah, it was 28. Okay, cool. Then the weaver and tailor, it's probably going to be up here on the other side of this agrarian longhouse area. I did previously mention potentially removing this specific home so that the this housing cul-de-sac could expand eastward, and I'm gonna make that call now already. Because otherwise I get kind of locked in if I don't make that change now. But there was space in an adjacent longhouse, so it's not like those people are like displaced necessarily. Also, the torches that I had placed that like I just don't have the metal for, I'm gonna get rid of for now. I don't want to have to look at incomplete projects until I get metal. It's gonna be annoying. So of the 270 something cotton that I had like a few years ago when I was foraging for it, if you recall, I stopped foraging for it like years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, and we still have 200 cotton sitting in our storage warehouses ready to be used for cotton fields. So pretty good. What is the fertility? All right, so the fertility right here sucks enough that I'm probably going to put the warehouse weaver in this area. Damned be the wild grains. I don't think we need to care about wild grains anymore, so I'm going to delete the job of foraging those. As I'd rather have the space for construction. So warehouse is silent. It can share a door with these actually that's another warehouse. So it could share a door with a warehouse. And this is just for cotton. Now, if I put a weaver here, like a 7x9, let's say, there is enough space for a road. I'd need to move that tree. And I don't think the sound would be enough to bleed into the village. But I'm not certain about that. So maybe I'll offset it. I'll have it back a few cells, just so that there's not a chance for the sound to bleed in. This is, you don't need a lot of looms in order to have a very efficient, very high productive weavery. So this is, like, honestly overkill. But, you know, better over than under. So I can always scale up. And this won't be a very round building because it butts right up against the cotton farm, and I'm going to want a road on that southern expanse. So it will be not very round in this one spot. At least the front will be a little rounded. And then behind here, so we have raw cotton. Behind here will be fabrics. So then I'm going to want a fabrics warehouse. Like that. Again, not very rounded. You know, there's actually a chance for this to be a little bit more rounded. Let's do that. There. So then that adds a little curve to it. So this will be for fabrics, and then the tailor will be here, where it still doesn't have... Well, actually, fertility is okay-ish in this area, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then at the bottom of the crafting, we have a tailor. And I'm going to build the tailor like this. Or actually... And it will include a, like a retaining wall to shield the homes from the sound. So there is this void space here. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe I can rotate this to use that spot better. So let's delete this. Yeah, this will work. I'll just have to offset the door here a little differently. So... not following the pattern, my auxiliary workbench is going to be in a slightly different spot. So door here. And refurbish this one for door here. Oh. Where is the... Oh, this isn't even sharing a wall. Sorry, this warehouse is going to be square again. There, actually, that's not bad. I might need to make some adjustments, but we have the cotton to the weavery to the fabric to the tailor, and then the last warehouse will be for clothing. I'll just get this built so that I can visualize a little bit better, and then make adjustments as necessary, as needed. So here is the fruit harvest I was looking forward to. As you can see, our lovely technology offering us a nice little bonus to these fruit farms. I mean, that's true of all farms, right? We've got all bonus over here too. But pull in 700 units of fruit off this farm, near 500, 150, 100. It's going to be a good year. Bumper crop year, I think. I sealed the secondary entrance to the warehouse. Yeah, I thought I did. It's hard to tell. Whoops. No, don't follow them. That's nauseating. Alright, let's do this warehouse. Cotton warehouse. Cotton gets in it. Straightforward. I'm also even going to upgrade it right off the get-go. And I'm going to move all of my cotton. Actually, I'm not going to move the cotton yet because the farm isn't actually sown. But once the farm starts up, I'll move the cotton. Look at all these beautiful flowers that are going to get paved over. There we go. Fixed it. Reminds me of the old textile mills of New England. I mean, I know they're not literally mills, this isn't moving water, but it is a mill right on the water. Definitely evoking some American New England history here. Minus the fact that, you know, we look like this. But, yeah, apart from that, right? Apart from that. Alright, here we go. Cotton field, getting put in. Coming from Western Mass, this doesn't look too far off, to be honest. Thanks. I mean, cotton's not grown in Massachusetts. That would be more, you know, like, I don't know, the Carolinas or something. But still, one could imagine it getting shipped up the coast via boat or rail. Something like that. Alright, food. The Great Harvest is about to happen. Let's hope that this food gets kicked up. I'm gonna guess 24 months. Something like that. After this year's yield, I hope. I also see that we are at 0 bread, so let's cook some more bread. I think it's called baking. Let's bake some more bread. The weavery is just about done, and I'm gonna have to fire 11 out of 12 people that work in there. Or actually, yeah, 11 out of 12. I don't want anyone in there just yet. Not really. This warehouse is done, and this is going to be fabric. For fabric only. How's the noise? Yeah, perfect. It doesn't reach the homes. Just goes up the path. That's what I was expecting. Because noise doesn't go through 2 wide walls. And then we have the tailor. And the last of the tailoring furniture is getting shipped in now. Wire all, but let's say 2. I don't have fine clothing production. That's actually one more research project that I have to get. So tailoring basics to fine clothing. Done. So by default, you can't actually turn fabrics into clothing. You have to research it. But now it's researched and I have the blueprints to do it. I'm actually going to close this tailor until I actually have fabrics, because there's no point in employing people to sit around waiting for fabrics to arrive. So this is going to be fabric tailor. And then the last part of this is clothing. I don't have a clothing warehouse nearby. Where do I store clothing? In here? So, this can be fabric and clothing. Fabric and clothing, WH, warehouse. Because there's no way we're going to need that many units of fabric in it. It can share double purpose. Cool. Wow, look at that. 21 immigrants. Want in. People like this city. That's right. Of course you do. It's the bomb, yo. Alright, I was predicting, I'm going to guess somewhere between 24 and 27 months of food once everything is stockpiled. I'm going to seasonally and temporarily employ some more haulers so we can get that food moved. Oh, the southern door, oh yeah, it's blocked. Smart remove. There we go. Perfect. Thank you for noticing. I wonder how the roundness is here. Let's check. So, maintenance. Everything is perfectly and immaculately maintained. Even this road. Interesting. Roundness. Pretty round. Harmony. Newer sections down here, not as harmonious. So let's fix that. So this path, the desire path here, is obviously just going to be straight down. This section doesn't make any sense, so we'll remove it. It's... And then that means a 2x2 tree can go in there. Which is a little bit better. Put a 2x tree here. And... do a 3 tree. There. Cheers. Why is roundness important? It is a racial preference. Our race that I'm using, and this is a city of only Cretonians. Cretonians like round wooden buildings. And a lot of trees and benches. That's their racial preference. So if you read their preferences here, roundness should be in here. Yep, here's roundness. They like when things are round. And they like harmony. So that's why I'm building the way I'm building. To make them happy. Round and wood. They like barrels. Maybe they like prehistoric Borg cubes or Borg spheres. I don't know. They don't like starving. What a surprise. Well, all right, to be fair, no one likes starving, but the Cretonians more than others are food obsessed. That's how they're described. They like warm climates. They like hot summers. They like forests. They like open land. Tolerate mountains, but they are food obsessed. They love food. They're all about farming. I am really surprised, speaking of which, that my neighbors here have not made requests upon me. They have left me the hell alone, which is like pretty unusual. They're usually like, hey, it's my birthday, give me stuff. It reminds me of those two obnoxious kids from what was it? Oh my god. Community? Yeah, it was Community. You know what I'm talking about? The Henry Winkler children. Oh, I hated them, which is exactly what they were supposed to evoke as a, so, mission accomplished! Money, please! Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Do I have fabrics? Not yet. Maybe my obscurity affects gift requests as well? No. Hey, look! I'm almost spot on. I said 24 to 27. We're at 25 and a little bit left to haul. Booyah! My agricultural predictions are perfect. Prophetic, in fact. That's how I like it. 27. Oh, we're going up to 28, aren't we? It is a bumper crop year. Everyone's happy. Well, I have a little bit more research left over. So my next project, let's vote on that. I now have cotton farms and weaver. Focus on clothing all citizens to tier 2 or coal mines that fuels a smelter or bathing markets shrines. Those are the 3 that I will consider. So focus on clothing all citizens to tier 2 means essentially adding additional capacity to the cotton farm and then ramping that up for the weaving and tailoring, which is currently deactivated just because we haven't really had any yield here. So 2.5 minutes to vote on that. And while you vote, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'm going to get up for the first time in 8.5 hours, which is probably healthy for me to do. So I'll be right back. And in that time, I'm going to pause the game because I don't trust the game to be good to me while I'm away. Thank you for tuning in to Songs of Syx, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon November 23rd. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I'm not looking for feedback. This episode was cut from a marathon, and the marathon was streamed one time only, so feedback cannot be incorporated. If you would like to join a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. And if you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. A link to my Patreon page can be found there as well, if that interests you. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of another game. Farewell, my fellow Cretonians.